Howdy, y'all. Pretty chilly February day here in central Missouri, and I am firing traps and pulling sets for the season on my dirt trapping. And that's my time to reflect a little bit on what little bit I did, what I did right or wrong. Every year I do this, I thought I'd share it with y'all this time around. I'm D.W. Verts. Be back in just a minute. So this set here actually caught one bobcat and a couple coon. My semi-cubby, walk in, look through, whatever. It's a good set, my favorite set for cats. Had another set over here that I never caught anything in. I already pulled it. But contemplating, thinking about the year, which truthfully was a non-existent year for me. I did very little land trapping. I didn't do a lot of water trapping. But this animal damage control issues that came up this year kind of took precedent for me, more than usual. Sit down next to this tree for a minute, get out of the wind. Really not a bad day. We're greening up already. That's one of the reasons I'm quitting the land trapping. It's just really warm. It's been a pretty warm winter. But the most traps I ever had set this year was 14 on land. That's not very many traps. Now, you don't have to have a lot of traps to catch critters. I'm not using that as an excuse. I ended up with 4 bobcat and 4 coyote, all in this area within a few miles of my house. I never ventured out. The water trapping kind of started getting in the way. Whatever, I caught a bunch of otter and some beaver and muskrats, and we caught a mink. And folks were really happy with me on those otter especially. But I like to think about what I should have done different, even on these 2-3 properties I trapped on right here by the house. I didn't put enough sets out for me, and I didn't set much for new areas. I set stuff I've set for years, and sometimes that's okay, sometimes that works, but especially for cats, you need to be versatile and move around some. The one thing I didn't catch this year, I didn't set very many traps for, but this set right here that was dug out, it was messed with, I'm pretty sure, by a fox. I had 3 or 4 sets like that were messed with before, I guess, were messed with. I never caught a fox. Now, we got a lot of fox. I didn't set for them hard, but something happened to make them not like my sets, and I caught 4 coyotes. Coyotes are harder to catch than fox for me. So maybe those little 1.5, 1.75 I was using, maybe something happened. But also, the calcium chloride that I like to use for antifreeze, I couldn't find any. That won't happen next year. And the stuff I was using had something else in it, some more salt. Boy, it causes issues for me. I had deer dig me out too, no doubt. My trap's fired, just laying out of the bed, that's a deer. And that happens some with calcium chloride, but that will not happen next year. I'll have a bag bought by summertime, because I have to have my confidence in what works. No, I don't use peat moss. That's good if it works for you. I'm not going to use it. I use mixed dirt, not necessarily real dry dirt, just good dirt from the location as close as possible, and I use calcium chloride. It's worked for me for too many years. Good luck with your peat moss. I don't like it. So next year I'm going to make sure I have the calcium chloride. I didn't trap enough. I didn't get started till almost January. It was warm. There's other things going on. I caught 2 bobcat early on a guy's property down here, back-to-back day. 2 days in a row. He'd had them on cameras. It's kind of a slam dunk. That's where they were, and I happened to catch them on the right time of their cycle. I think the way that I trap, I like to have 50 to 100 sets out for predators, and that just ain't going to happen. Gas prices jack you up. Time, I got started late. I kind of like to wait for the fur to come to me for prime fur, better fur, and it doesn't matter with the fur market anymore. A bobcat visually is just as pretty for tanning in November as it is in February. Well, in January. Sometimes our February cats get really pretty. I didn't catch any this year in February, but they're usually prime into the 1st of March around here. Anyway, not enough sets out. Lazy. and the water trapping kind of started taking precedent. And I still did not trap out much for water. I have sets I've left out. I still have some right now. Other people are running because it's damage control. It's on their property. They check them every day. Conservation Department says that's cool. I'm cool with it. But we're pretty much done. Come spring, which we're getting close to, animals have more places to forage, especially otter and things. They quit messing with the ponds as much. They get back into creeks. The frogs come out. Everything else they want to eat. So I know I'm wandering around. I'm trying to think what I could pass on to you. The biggest thing was dig out on foxes. And those traps were done up, I think, as good as I can do traps. So did I get something in my wax? Because I do the old-fashioned dye and wax thing. The traps were all bedded great. I think I was messing with one day. It rained a bunch, and I went to reset the thing. And I think I'm oversetting them. I've got away from my fox trap, and I think I'm oversetting them more towards coyote. With paying attention how deep, I put my traps for coyotes deep. I may have a ½ inch of dirt over the pan, an inch over the trap. I wasn't quite that bad on the fox, but I think I'm getting too deep. That gives them more dirt to dig through. Look at flurry in here. That's not supposed to be flurrying. Well, I guess it can. I think maybe oversetting. Too deep, too much paying attention. Now, after all these years, 46 years of trapping, you can still make mistakes. You need to learn from those mistakes, and that's what I'm trying to analyze. And every year I'm pulling traps, it's always kind of sad or kind of relief or kind of everything. I think I'm oversetting for the fox, because we have fox. You see fox a lot around here. So I'm going to take that as my takeaway for the season for catching fox. I need to work on it next year. I need to concentrate on fox for a couple, 3 weeks with those 1/2, 1¾ set specifically for fox. I had one fox up here I caught a coyote, and it was really tight to the cover. That kind of helps eliminate the coyote. I caught a girl in it, about the 5th or 6th night anyway. She liked it. It was just pea, just urine on a wad of grass, but it was pretty tight to the timber. But she liked it enough, I got her caught. But a coyote outweighs a fox by 3 to 4 times. She wasn't a big coyote, but the pressure she puts on her foot. So if I overset that one, it worked on her. So that's my takeaway from my biggest thing for the season. I think I'm oversetting the red fox. I caught one gray fox by both front feet in a bobcat set, because there was some paying attention involved. Not a lot, but y'all need to think, you need to pick up. Trapping is a never-ending, life's never-ending. You should learn every day, I guess. But the nuances and the crazy things, the little situations come up with trapping, you need to learn from that, especially land trapping. Because to me, water trapping's work, especially when you have to start dragging beaver up creek banks. But they're easier to catch. You catch more animals in the water per set hour than you do on land. You have to put a lot of traps out sometimes on land to make things work. Key locations, on target, on sign. I'm pretty good at that. I've done that for years. But your sets have to work too. And I really think I overset my fox traps, and I think that calcium chloride mix, whatever I used, I don't think it's working very well. Try to learn something every time you're out there. Every set you make could be a learning experience, could make you go that next step, make you a better trapper, make you more efficient. And I come from the days of efficiency and speed, because we were in it, I've always been in it for the love of this, okay? But the money was there. I mean, I bought my first truck, my first boat, my first house, basically, with trapping money. Back in those days, you do thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So you learn to be fast, efficient, kind of. I never let it spoil my fun now. And this is still fun. So there you go, guys. That's all I got. I'm getting ready to go cut wood. I'm going to pull I've got 11 traps to pull still. And I'm going to cut some wood, because it's a beautiful day to be in the Missouri timber. Thank you for watching. God bless. We'll see you again soon. We're not done. We'll talk some more trapping stuff. Bye.